The Nature Rescue, and this is Mrs. Pip here. She's a 5-week-old Florida gray squirrel, and we're going to be feeding her tonight. And I'd like to go over some of the techniques of how to feed a squirrel, because I've looked over some of the videos and I'm not too happy with some of the way that people are showing you how to feed them, because I'm concerned about aspiration and maybe about wrong ideas of should feed a squirrel. One thing is, say 6 weeks or smaller, you should be using a syringe or 1cc syringe. You should never be using a 5cc syringe or bigger until they're like 8 weeks old or bigger, because you don't want them to aspirate, and that's when fluid gets in their lungs and can cause pneumonia. And then if you can, you want to put a nipple on the end of it. You can get those at a rehab suppliers online, or you can get the little nipple bottles. But don't use the bottles. You can use the 4-paw nipples that go on the end of them. You cut a little hole in them, and you can use those on the end of the syringes. Mrs. Pip is back here. All squirrels do eat 5 to 7% of their body weight, but no more. I mean, a cc here or there, 1cc, but 5 to 7% of their body weight. At this age, she is eating every 5 hours. And this is how we're going to do it. With a squirrel, you always feed head up, tail down, whether they're a pinky or they're a baby squirrel like this or a teenage squirrel. Always head up and tail down. If they're not sucking too hard, you can always push a little bit on the plunger and help them out a little. If they're sucking too fast and you don't want them to aspirate, you can always hold back on the plunger a little bit. She's probably going to drink about 9 cc's tonight. That's a little more than the 7% of her body weight. She weighs 100 grams right now, but that's not too much. But she's doing okay on that. If the stool is not round and solid, it's kind of smushy, then you know that you're overfeeding them, and you need to cut back on the 5 to 7% body weight and stay in that range and don't go over. I'm feeding Fox Valley formula. That's a formula that's made especially for squirrels. I do not use the KMR kitten formula for squirrels, like I've heard some people say that they feed. Why possums can use KMR kitten formula, it should never be fed to squirrels. It's not good, and it can cause digestive problems in them. And I do not use the Xbalac puppy formula. Makers of them changed their processing of the powder a couple years back, and since then it as well has created digestive issues in squirrels, and it's even killed a lot of squirrels, so a lot of rehabbers have stopped using that. There are still some that use it, but my suggestion is not to. There's no reason to have the risk and possibly kill a squirrel. As precious as these little things are. If you do have to use anything before you get your Fox Valley in the mail, I would recommend that you use goat's milk, which you can get in the grocery department, either in the carton that's in the milk section that's already made, or you can get it in the can over in the evaporated milk section, and you would mix it with some water. Just follow the directions on the can. So you take the goat's milk and you mix it up with some yogurt, and you can feed that until you get your goat's milk in the mail. Or if you live overseas, where maybe Fox Valley is harder to get to, or in Canada, you can. The one puppy formula that I would recommend that's high in quality and nutrition and all is Rural Canin. Rural Canin, CANIN. You could use that if you have to and you can't get to the Fox Valley. Fox Valley is ordered online. You can buy it from Chris's Squirrel and More, or you can buy it from Henry's Healthy Pets, which are the 2 rehabbers I buy my supplies from. Mrs. Pip looks like she's almost done. We'll get a little closer. She's, like I said, an eastern Florida eastern gray squirrel. They are smaller than what y'all get up north, your fox squirrels. I would love to raise a fox squirrel one day, but we don't get them down in central Florida too often. By the time this one gets about 4 months old, I'll be putting her outside in a release cage for a month to get her used to being wild again, where I won't have too much interaction with her. And by the time she's 5 months old, she will be free out there running wild again. See, she's almost done here. Her little belly's getting full here. Yeah. If you have any questions, you can click on my name and send me an email, of course, or you can click on my name, and there on the top right hand corner there's a link that says Mother Nature's Rescue. It'll take you to my main website. There's wonderful information there about how to take care of a baby squirrel, how to take care of teenagers, or what to feed them, what not to feed them, what they should weigh, what ages they are at different sizes, the things that you need to watch for, emergency care, medication that they can take, all kinds of wonderful information that you can read about in case you're not able to get a hold of me at the moment. I'm going to be putting on some more information, and I'll be letting you watch Mrs. Pip grow up, and I'll be putting more videos on. I just wanted to show you some of the basic things. Like I said, one thing we won't go over is do not feed kitten formula, do not feed Hispanic puppy formula, and do not feed cow's milk. It's not that it actually kills the squirrels, it's that it doesn't have enough nutrition to sustain the life of a baby squirrel. Mrs. Pip, she just likes running around here. She is a cutie. She's a single I have by herself, and then I have Dipper and Stan, which are a little over 8 weeks old. I'll show you them later. They're eating squirrel blocks and food as well as still taking formula. But I thank you for tuning in, and Mrs. Pip thanks you, and we'll talk to you later, and y'all have a nice evening, and let me know if there's anything I can help you with. Thank you very much. Bye.